Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, my name is Dea Iswari, absent number 12. I'm from 12 Science 4. Today I will review a movie called Kung Fu Panda 3. Kung Fu Panda 3 is a 2016 computer animated martial arts action comedy film produced by DreamWorks Animation and distributed by 20th Century Fox worldwide and by Oriental DreamWorks in China. It is the third installment in the Kung Fu Panda franchise and the sequel to Kung Fu Panda 2 2011. The film is directed by Jennifer Yu and Alessandro Carloni and written by Jonathan Albel and Glenn Berger. For some people who have followed the Kung Fu Panda series from the start, they may not be too impressed with the technical elements in the second sequel, although the three-dimensional format offered is indeed appropriate to make the audience spend more. The overall visual appearance doesn't provide new innovation. The color palette and execution of the graphic design are much different from the two previous series. However, what makes the Kung Fu Panda series special lies only its visual strength, but in its ability to tell stories. Just like the previous series, Kung Fu Panda is always based on the basic question, who am I? A question that then continues to the concept of the process of recognizing and believing in one's own strength. What if we manage to reach that stage, then we will succeed in achieving results that are far beyond our reach. The existential question and the concept of stay true to yourself are spells that are always effective in hypnotizing the audience. Kung Fu Panda 3 begins with an opening action sequence that takes place in the spiritual world, where Oogway, the Turtle Master, voiced tactfully by Randall Duk Kim, allegedly with Kai, the Bullmaster Keteton, voiced by Oscar-winning actor J.K. Simmons, whose mission is to control all the chi, internal energy, of all beings in the universe. Kai did manage to subdue Oogway and returns to mortal world, but his success will be absolute if he manages to take what belongs to the true master. Nah, it can be guessed that the master is Po, revoiced by Jack Black, our favorite witty chubby panda. Meanwhile, Po himself is undergoing a crisis of confidence, which started when he was appointed by Master Shifu, still voiced by Dustin Hoffman, to be the main teacher at the Jade Palace Kung Fu Hermitage, following Shifu's desire to immediately retire from the martial world. Po, who is always laid back and ignorant, is of course not a good teacher. He started his career as a teacher by making a mess of coaching his peers. Tigers, the Tiger Master, voiced by Angela Jolie, Mantis, the Grasshopper Master, voiced by Seth Rogen, Crane, the Master, Stork, voiced by David Cross, Viper, the Snake Master, voiced by Lucy Liu, and Monkey, the Monkey Master, voiced by Jackie Chan. Po is experiencing not only a crisis of confidence, but also an identified crisis when his biological father, Li Shan, voiced by Bryan Cranston, comes upon him. The appearance of Li Shan, who is guided by a message from the universe, then brings Po to retrace his identity to a panda village hidden in the mountains, while making Po understand himself in order to become a chi master. Scriptwriters Jonathan Abel and Glenn Berger, together with the director duo Alessandro Carloni and Jennifer Yu, managed to make Kung Fu Panda 3 a film that invites laughter but remains consistent with the moral teaching in it. They managed to balance between scenes of humor, action, and drama, thus making this film has a good pace to follow. The filmmakers and voice actor in this film managed to mix and execute it effectively, like Po. They seem to be very aware of the potential and power of this film, and then have a lot of fun working on it. These elements of fun is what makes Kung Fu Panda one of the best comedies. Like the two previous series, Kung Fu Panda 3 provides space for the audience to acclaim through dramatic scenes and dialogues. In this film, the conflict between Po's two fathers, Mr. Ping the Ghost, still voiced by James Hong, Po's adoptive father, and Lee Sun, managed to create an emotional atmosphere. The relationship and conflict between father and son, which is executed well, always manage to make the heart sing. Although it must be admitted the dialogues in this film don't have as strong an effect as in the first film, which is still the best. Kung Fu Panda 3's decision to stick to the standard of the battle between black and white, between evil and good, it will hit the audience of children. The design difference between the bad and good characters are very clear. Good characters have softness in the eyes, while bad characters are shown to have sharp and dangerous eyes. However, this film also managed to capture the hearts of adults audience through its humor, visual design, and adorable characters. There is one more lesson from Kung Fu Panda 3 and its two predecessor films. Both teach us to always have fun and be passionate about whatever we do, so that we become selfless in doing something and the result will be far beyond expectations. Paul also always tells us that his success in dealing with a problem cannot be separated from the help and cooperation of the people around him. That the spirit of mutual cooperation and kinship will always make all problems easier to overcome. Okay guys, that's all from me. I think these movies are recommended to watch. Thank you for your attention. Bye. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.